Hey guys, welcome to the line change. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the line change. This is the line change postgame show. The Vancouver Canucks have lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins by a score of 5-1. The 4-game win streak is over, and they are now 3-1 on this 5-game road trip. Now, obviously, a disappointing result. Yes, I'm still rocking my Blue Jays swag. Did you expect me to wear a Canucks jersey after such a pitiful game? No, I'm still riding high on the Blue Jays. So there's that. I am solo tonight. Gerald will not be on tonight as he is busy. But Gerald will be back on Thursday for our post-game show against the Predators. So look forward to that. This post-game show is a presentation of Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing artwork you see here behind me, and you guys can check them out yourselves at gassyjackart.com. Website is right there, and I also have a link to his website in the description down below, so go ahead and check that out. So let's go ahead and break down this game. I will admit off the top, I didn't watch this game. Unfortunately, I was working, and literally as I got off work, the game ended. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up when it comes to this game. I was getting the score notifications while I was at work. So let's go ahead and head to the goal visualizer. Obviously, starting things off for the Vancouver Canucks was Connor Garland, who scored a minute and 18 seconds into the game to make it 1-0 Vancouver. As we see here, Garland with the puck over to Hronek. Hronek would pass it up to Pettersson, who moved it over to Garland, who would slap it home and get it past Artur Silovs, the Artie Party. And that would be the lone Canucks goal on the night, as the Pittsburgh Penguins would score 5 unanswered goals to, as I mentioned, win this by a score of 5-1. Connor Dewar would score the first goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's just go ahead and check out the visualizer on here just so I can get a look at how the goal looked. Up around the boards, to the point, shot, and from the looks of things, I haven't actually seen the actual goal replay. Looks like it was, I believe, tipped. It was a tip in. And then you had Tommy Novak scoring on the power play. Let's take a look at the visualizer for that. Up and around the boards, to the point, to Letang, I believe that is. Buck over, shot, gets past Lankinen. And then you had Sidney Crosby making it 3-1 Pittsburgh in the second period. Let's take a look at the visualizer. There's the puck right there. You see Crosby move around Sherwood, and put it past Lankinen. Then you had Anthony Mantha score to make it 4-1 Pittsburgh at 17:29 on a wrist shot. Let's go ahead and check this one out. There you go. Puck moves up. DPD with a bad giveaway to Malkin. Malkin shot, and then Mantha would pounce on the rebound. And then the last goal of the night in the third period by Justin Brazeau, also on the power play at 5 minutes and 56 seconds. A wrist shot. There we go. Letang with the puck, moving it up ice, shoots it down. Puck comes in, and then out in front of the net, and there's the goal. So let's go ahead and and take a look at the shots on goal. Shots on goal were 26-24 in favor of Pittsburgh. So the Canucks had their shots on goal. They just could not beat Artur Silovs. Face-off percentage was 67.2% to 32.8%. Pittsburgh was 39 out of 58. Canucks were at 19 out of 58. Canucks were 0 for 3 on the power play. So the power play did not get on the board in this game. Like it had in the last few games. Pittsburgh's power play was was a 40%, 2 for 5. Sorry about that, guys. I had a little bit of a tickle. Penalty minutes 10-6 for 10 for the Canucks, 6 for the Penguins. Hits were 26-18 in favor of the Canucks. I'm actually very curious to know how many of those 26 hits were Kiefer Sherwood. Block shots 20-18, a big difference from the last game where there was only one block shot for the Washington Capitals. Giveaways 19-17, 19 for the Canucks, 17 for the Penguins. So once again, the giveaways really painting a picture for the Canucks, at least in this game. 4 takeaways for the Penguins, 2 by the Canucks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the shots by period. Vancouver actually led in shots after the first period, 11-6. And then in the second period, the Canucks only had 3 shots on goal compared to Pittsburgh's 14. And then in the third period, the Canucks outshot the Penguins 10-6. But in the end, that second period really stood out for the Canucks when it came to their shots. That's really where they should have had been able to get shots on net, but obviously they were not able to do so. Let's take a look at the box score. Moving on, let's take a look at time on ice. Connor Garland, 19 minutes and 51 seconds. Archie Baines, 12 minutes and 28 seconds. Joseph Uppbeat, 9 minutes and 32 seconds. Drew O'Connor, 13:08. Elias Pettersson, 16:56. Pettersson did have a point. He got an assist on the Garland goal. He also had 2 shots. How about that, Justin? More than 1 shot in this game. He also had a block and a hit. Kiefer Sherwood, 20 minutes and 28 seconds. So Sherwood played more minutes than EP40, which is, I'm a little surprised by that. He had 1 shot, 1 block, and 4 hits in this one. So 20, wait, how many hits was it again? Sorry. 20, so 4 out of those 26 hits were Kiefer Sherwood. Moving down, Atu Ratu, who was a -1, had an ice time of 17:01. Did not register a shot on net, but he did get 2 hits, and he also had a giveaway. Max Sasson, 11 minutes, 40 seconds. He had 1 shot on net, 1 block, and 1 hit. Jake DeBrusk, 13 minutes and 50 seconds, and Jake DeBrusk was on the first line. So him only getting 13 minutes, and on top of that, he was a +1, 1 shot on net, no blocks, 1 hit. Neil Zaman, 10 minutes and 32 seconds, 1 shot, 1 block, and 1 hit. Evander Kane, 12 minutes and 19 seconds. Evander Kane was a -1. He had 2 shots, 1 block, 1 hit. Looking down at the defenseman, P.O. Joseph, 12 minutes and 1 second. He was a -1 with 2 penalty minute with a penalty. 3 shots, 2 blocks, 1 hit. Philip Hronik, 22:52 with 2 blocks, 2 hits, 1 giveaway. Elias Pettersson, DP, we mentioned when we were doing the goal visualizer, he had a pretty bad giveaway. He was a -1, 16:23 in ice time, 2 shots, 1 block, 3 hits, 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway. Sorry. Marcus Pettersson, 17:54, 1 shot, 2 blocks, 1 hit, 1 giveaway. Quinn Hughes, 25:41 was his ice time. 2 shots, 1 giveaway, and Quinn Hughes was also a -1, did not collect a point tonight. Tyler Myers, 21:04, no shots, 3 blocks, 2 giveaways. Sorry about all this coughing, guys. I'm bad tickle. Kevin Lankinen, 26 shots, 21 saves, 3 even strength goals against, 2 power play goals against. He was a .808 save percentage. So not a great night for Lankinen. Again, I haven't actually seen the actual goals. other than the visualizer, so I don't know if they were, shots that he could have handled or shots he had no chance on, so I can't really comment on that. But all in all, this was a pretty busted game for the Canucks. They were, they just looked like maybe this was a result of, the fact of their injuries and how many players were out. The lineup was obviously not the greatest. You had guys like Joseph Uppbeat up, Niels Amon. You had essentially two AHL lines in this lineup tonight. And perhaps they did what they basically did tonight was they just put some good old duct tape on the lineup and hoped for the best. And it just looks like it did not turn out so well tonight. But this is just one game, at least in my opinion. This is just one game. They are still 3-1 on this road trip with one more game to go against Nashville on Thursday. Obviously, the big news was Brock Besser not being in the Brock Besser not being in the lineup tonight. Despite there being like maybe a 50-50 chance he might be in the lineup. We found out this morning that he would not be in the lineup. We already knew that Teddy Bluger was not going to be in the lineup tonight, so that was not a surprise to me. Obviously, we knew Lekaramaki and Hedl were not going to be in the lineup. So perhaps, and this is just being a bit of an optimist or devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it, maybe if Besser was in the lineup, we could have seen a bit of a different game. Who knows? But this lineup obviously was not as good as it's been in the last couple games. That's led to them, having won 4 straight. So it's a bit of a makeshift lineup for the Canucks, and they gambled, and it didn't pay off. But as I just said, it's one game, one loss. They are still 3-1 on this road trip, as I said, which finishes in Nashville on Thursday. So hopefully Besser will be good to go for Thursday. So hopefully he'll be back in the lineup and perhaps add some scoring power to this lineup, who is severely missing Filipino as well as Lekaramaki. Lekaramaki. Probably gonna do a shorter post-game show tonight, just because the fact that I didn't actually watch the game, and being this type of game and how this bad of a loss, bit of a shorter post-game show, and then we'll be back to our normal, as I mentioned, on Thursday against the Predators. We'll have Gerald back, and we'll probably do our usual maybe hour or so. But I did want to take a opportunity and talk a little bit Blue Jays. Not too much, but just let you guys know. For those of you that may not know, I have a Blue Jays channel. It has been pretty inactive up until this point. I think my last video was in July. I was focused on this one, so I kind of made the decision to focus on this channel, and especially during the off season. But I've decided as of today, I think I'm gonna try and bring it back, at least for the World Series. I did attempt to do it for the ALDS, but I actually ended up getting sick like right before I was gonna do a bunch of stuff. Like I made a bunch of graphics for it, was gonna do some like recaps and whatnot, and then I got sick, so I was unable to do that. I'm absolutely gonna do it for the World Series, so be on the lookout for that. If you are a Blue Jays fan, or if you were a baseball fan in general, be on the lookout for it. If you guys have not seen it or have not heard of it, it is the Inside Jays podcast. Right here on YouTube, go ahead, find it, give it a subscribe, give it a like. As you can tell, I'm a big Blue Jays fan. I absolutely love the Blue Jays, and I have a lot of insight on the Blue Jays. I've been a Blue Jays fan for 32 years, since I was 2 years old. That was the last time the Blue Jays won the World Series, is when I was 2 years old. So I have loved the Blue Jays since I was 2 years old, and I'm absolutely pumped for them to be in the World Series. Yes, I'm a little scared about the Dodgers because it's the Dodgers, and it's Shohei Ohtani, who is not human. He is literally, I think he's robotic, or he's an alien or something. But I'm obviously pulling for my Blue Jays to beat the Dodgers. I believe it was, last night? I was kind of put on the spot asking, what's your prediction? And I kind of just threw out Blue Jays in 7. I'm going to change that. I'm going to now say Blue Jays in 6. So I'm changing that prediction. Blue Jays in 6. Boom, you heard it here. And once again, if you guys are interested, I'm going to be live streaming during the games on my Blue Jays YouTube channel. So go ahead, like I said, check it out, Inside Jays Podcast. I'm going to do a bunch of graphic stuff tonight. Get prepared for it. And the only game that I will not be live streaming, I will say this now, is Game 1. Unfortunately, I'm working, and I literally get off work right around the time the game starts, so I won't be able to get home in time to get everything set up. Game 2 definitely will be live streaming that entire game. Go ahead, check it out, Inside Jays Podcast. Go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. And that's going to do it for tonight's postgame show. As I said, bit of a shorter one, considering the loss, and there's not really much for me to talk about, as like I keep saying, I didn't actually watch the game, so I don't think it's fair to you guys to go on about this. I know a lot of Canucks fans are probably down on this game, so yeah. But at the end of the day, Canucks lose 5-1. They are now 3-1 on this road trip. It's only one loss. Hopefully they can rebound on Thursday against the Nashville Predators and end off this road trip on a high note. Following the road trip, the Canucks will be back home on Saturday against Montreal. We will be doing a post-game show for that. I'm going to talk to Gerald. Hopefully Gerald will be able to join us on that one as well. And then hopefully he'll be able to join us on Sunday for the game against them Oilers. It is a home game. He does have season tickets, so I'm not sure if he's going to be actually going to the game. We'll find out. Why not? That'll be Sunday for a post-game show. So we're going to be having a post-game show Thursday, Saturday, Sunday this week. And then we won't be doing one on Tuesday for the Rangers game because unfortunately, well, not unfortunately for me, but I'll be at the game. So I'll be there live at the game. So will Gerald. So will our good buddy Jordan from Canucks Uncensored will be there. And actually, there's a good chance, now I need to talk to Russell about this, but there's a good chance we might all be on Nothing is Perfect on a week from today, like live from Rogers Arena. So be on the lookout for that. I'm excited for that game against New York. First game of the year for me. I'm pumped for it. JT Miller's return. You guys all know I'm a big JT Miller fan. You can't see it, but I got his jersey right here, and I'm absolutely stoked to go to that game. Especially now, knowing that I'll be going with Gerald, with Jordan, and there's a chance we could be on Nothing is Perfect, live from Rogers Arena. So, this has been the post-game show. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I guess you could say a little condensed version, but there we go. 5-1 loss for the Vancouver Canucks. It's on to the next, on to Nashville for our Thursday. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks, as well as your Abbey Canucks, remember I do my Baby Nucks report once a week. Next one will be potentially on Saturday, as the Abbey Canucks play on Friday. And also make sure you turn on your notifications so you are notified every single time I upload a new video. And you know, I'm all over social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. There are the handles right there. Go ahead and give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. And if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated. I actually just uploaded the live video from last night with me and Gerald onto our Spotify page. Go ahead, check it out. And as always, let's go Canucks. And I'll see you guys next time.